Welcome to Lewis Fitter's cooking tutorials. We're going to teach you how to make a beautiful dish today, spaghetti bolognese. Today, the main ingredients that we're using will be the spaghetti and the pasta sauce, which I whipped up myself earlier. And we're also going to need some other equipment. So for starters, we put the pot down and we fill it up with water. Till it's at a good height so the pasta will not overflow or boil over. That's finished, your water should be about this height, ready for you to put in the pasta. But first, the most important thing, we have to turn the stove on so we can boil the water. Now this is an important one that you must do with a parental supervision, just because it could be dangerous. We get the knob and we push it down strong, and it should light. Now that your water is very nice and boiling away, we can start to look at the pasta and how much will be required. Normally, I would use this whole jar, but today I'll be cooking for two, me and Doggy over here, who will need a nice big bowl for himself. So I'll have to also use the Rimonamo spaghetti, which will slot right in. Before we wait the 10 to 12 minutes, depending on your level of stoving, we'll have to make sure all the bowls are out ready to go. So I will pull out. Now that I have the two bowls out, one for me, one for Doggy, we're now going to have to get the utensils, for example, a knife and a fork. These are very important as you can't eat with your hands or your... So I have the two forks, which will be very useful for eating and also stirring the pasta once it gets to that level of temperature. The last thing we need is, what's that? Parmesan. Go through the grab a new chopping board, so I have something to grate my cheese on, and a grater, which will be in the pantry labelled nicely here, grater. A couple cheese options today. We've got the mozzarella pizza cheese, we've got the parmesan, not much left. We've got the coon cheese. We also have the mozzarella shredded cheese. Now for me, being the lazy fuck that I am, I'm not going to grate the parmesan because it can be too difficult. I'm probably going to use the rest of this, as opening this is going to get yelled at by my lovely parents. I'll also grate a bit of the coon cheese because I like saying the words coon. Put a quick hold on the the cheese thing, because our water is just about boiling. See those bubbles? So that means we're going to have to get our pasta nice and ready. While we wait for the pasta water to cook, I'm going to go have a piece of toast because I made some earlier and completely forgot about it. Here's Doggy's bit, here's my bit. For those who are wondering, I'm a ranked 10 chef. I've been chefing along the Mornington Peninsula for about 15 years, whipping up different types of noodles. Quickly check the pasta. It appears to be no pasta yet, but it appears the water to be boiling. You know what this means? This means we put the pasta in for the required amount of time. This is the tough bit, because you have to figure out the correct amount of spaghetti to feed you and your dog, while also, now that your pasta is cooking and you've made absolutely no mess at all, we can move on to the waiting period, which is my favourite period, because I can sit down and do fuck all. An important thing now is to actually leave the lid off, otherwise it could boil over and you can have hot water everywhere. I've also had another patron who's been willing to eat, this dog here. All had a good break. We're going to move on to grating the cheese now. So you get your block of cheese, your coon cheese, right? And you hold the grater and then you begin. Swift up and down motion. It's kind of like jacking yourself off for all the guys listening out there. Up and down constantly until you've achieved the right amount of cheese. We can prepare our strainer for our pasta. So you pull out whatever's sitting in the strainer, throw it to the side, and whack it in your neatly friendly sink so you can strain all of that water. To shit in your strainer, you just carefully get your hand and you take it out. To all those wusses out there, just take it out. Pasta's reached max cooking potential, so I'm going to carry this boiling hot pan while filming towards my neatly strainer so I can strain out all the water. Just make sure to leave the stove on because we'll be coming back to it. Now we will grab our friend Forky to help get out any stragglers that are stuck in the bowl. This is a two-hand job, so I'll see you on the other. Pasta back into our pot and we carry it back towards the stove. Then we get out our tomato paste, which we prepared earlier all by ourselves, and whack it in. We've got our parents to open a really hard to open jar. We pour it in very delicately to spread all over the pasta, not too much but not too little. Now, a lovely lady dared me to use the whole jar, so that's the rules. I have to do it now. So I've used the whole jar, and hopefully it won't taste like fucking garbage. We'll see. And fork, we can play the mixing game. So you have to mix this pasta sauce around so it touches every inch of pasta. This will give you a nice, loving flavour. If you're as good a cook as I am, your pasta should look like this. Leave it for 1 to 2 minutes to heat up the sauce, and then we should be ready to go. You pass on the taste test, and you realise this is the maximum potential of heat. We'll turn that thing off, the stovetop, and we will share it out to our loving family. Serving it out, we must remember that washing up is important, so I have to take our bowl and whack it, water in it. This will help remove the finish. We will spread our coon cheese delicately over the pasta to get a nice Italian look. This will improve the taste and texture. Looking lazy and didn't grate enough cheese, we're going to get our pre-grated cheese and put it on top as well. This will increase flavour and texture, as said before. Thank you so much for watching Lewis Fitter's cooking show with Pasta Edition. We have a very pleased customer right here. Look at his face. Everyone to leave a beautiful review of how well you thought in video form to a Snapchat directed towards me. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time.